We are back. All I see is a picture of you with your map, Dan.
There we are.
There you
Hello,
are.
hello.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Boy, did we miss you last weekend.
I've heard stories. Welcome to the Copper Factory. I'm Copper Dan with my special guest tonight, Mr. Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah, we tore it up at Ellis Island Karaoke Bar, and what was really cool was everybody was literally freaking fantastic. I mean, from Indy to Shannon, Molly, Billy Shaw, the list just goes on and on.
I heard
Ben with his theatrics while he sang. Yes. It was just fantastic.
Oh,
Christy Meeps knocked it out of the park. It was unbelievable.
Man, if there's ever a girl that came out of her shell more, that it's Christy Meeps. I met Christy 2 or 3 years ago at World Series of Fenn, and she was so shy. And when we would go live, like it was a big deal for her to come live. And now she's singing in front of live studio audiences.
Yeah, so we've got an action-packed show. You know, we try to keep this to an hour. So I've got the photos from World Series of Fenn. I've got the PowerPoint for You Don't Know Jack. I've got a PowerPoint about coins. And we're hoping to get Ben on for at least 5 minutes just to talk about him and his amazing victory as the World Series of Fenn champion and what the prize that I think most people know that he won, but what he won, and have him elocute a little bit more what his plans are with that. So what do you say? You want me to get You Don't Know Jack ready to go? Or
yeah, do you realize we're going to have to listen to this for the next 362 odd days on how he won the World Series of Fenn? Uh-oh, my partner completely froze up. Are you there?
I'm there. Are you there?
Oh, there you are. All right.
Yeah, yeah, it says my internet connection now is unstable, which is interesting that it was fine for like the half an hour before we went online. But
yeah, but
hopefully I'm back now.
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. All right. You Don't Know Jack, episode 4. So this is the Chase's favorite game show because it's the Chase's only game show. You Don't Know Jack. It's a fun segment to learn more about Jack without asking him solved or Chase-related questions unless he volunteers to do so. There's no doxing going on here, and the information unless Jack gives us fresh content has been shared elsewhere before in previous shows, websites, books, photos, articles, or other publications. We may revisit some of his emails to searchers or simply ask trivia-related questions like the ones we're about to do to launch this feature. Just remember, Copper Dan is one of the only searchers that we know of that has sat in an airport and quaffed beer with Jack to get to know him since Forrest ended the chase. He knows Jack, so let's play what, Copper Dan?
You Don't Know Jack.
All right. Question number 1 is yours, Dan.
I might not know Jack tonight because I have not pre-read these questions, so this should be interesting. In 2012, Jack wrote an article for the is that how you spell Owl? That Owl that was titled, "I am the world's worst sperm donor." What was the name of the bank that Jack made his donations to?
Oh, where did Jack make those donations to? What was the name of the bank?
What was I'll let you take care of the humming and the singing here. I heard you're a professional.
All right, we'll do 10 more seconds. Carrie Galloway is wrong. Spank Bank Inc. is not correct. Nice guess.
Wank Bank. Spank Bank.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
The answer is California Cryobank. And there you see cute little Jack Stoof in his article.
Wow, at church, in a pew at church, of all things.
Oh, now I blew it. I went too fast and I'm showing answers, Dan. Let me go back.
Back it up quick. Oh my goodness. Oh,
what are we gonna do here? Oh, that is such a shame. Jack shared both in emails to searchers and in Chasing the Thrill that while he was out in his boots on the ground, he enjoyed listening to a specific podcast. What was the podcast that Jack said he listened to while boots on the ground? Now, if someone doesn't get this after seeing the answer, But I think some of you know this anyways. What podcast did Jack listen to while he was out boots on the ground? Pavetta said swim school to the last one. Hooli actually had it. All right. Does anybody know the name of the podcast that Jack actually listened to while he was out searching? That's it. Devil Bud. It was Dan Carlin's Hardcore History.
Oh,
Devil Bud gets it right. Way to go.
nice job,
All right.
Devil Bud. Hey,
Question
you see,
3,
Devil
Copper
Bud, Devil Bud, where Devil Bud it is right now is well, it's after 2 a.m. He stayed up just for us. So
That's fantastic.
see what you get for staying up late, Devil Bud. You get to answer the question right. All right. When I met with Jack at the airport and he told me exactly what the blaze was and how it was. Well, you always do spelling errors on mine. You just throw me off. It was damaged. Just kidding. I found out that he has something in common with one of my daughters. Oh, yeah. Good question. He participated in a co-curricular activity in high school. What was the co-curricular activity that Jack took part in his high school?
Let's see if anybody saw the actual icon that we. Oh, Hooli got that right away.
Boom. Good job,
All right,
Hooli.
Congratulations. Now this next one I did not show the answer.
I have a feeling Hooli might have known that, not just from that you popped forward too far.
This is a multiple answer question. Jack is listed in the May 2021 134th commencement program for the School of Medicine at Temple University. Answer the 3 following questions correctly. What is the name of the School of Medicine at Temple? What was the actual name of the degree that Jack received? And what is Jack's full first, middle, and last name printed in the program?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
We'll give it a little extra time for this. What was the actual name of the School of Medicine? What was the actual name of the degree? I can tell you what it's not. It was not a doctorate. It was not a doctor of medicine.
Gary Galloway says cheerleading.
Cheerleading is incorrect. We got one of them right.
Masters of Science. There's one.
Lewis Katz, Gallatin Ghost got that right. Now we just need to know Jack's full first, middle, and last name.
Cat.
Got to have it all.
Gotta have it all, Carrie.
Masters of Fenn, Carrie says. No, that's incorrect.
Why do we care about these facts, MS? Because we're here to have fun.
Right. Here it is. It's the Lewis Katz School Master of Science. Jonathan
Gallatin come up with Jonathan Kenneth Stoof. I think she chimed in, or he chimed in. She? Okay.
She got it. Awesome, Gigi. That was sweet right at the end there. All right. Thanks for playing You Don't Know Jack. Tune in next week for another riveting episode. Also, we will change it up from time to time with live guests like Jack and ask them you don't know the questions about others in the community. This was a pretty good showing tonight. Of course, I showed half the answers, but
and what's funny is I didn't have to say anything like, oh, what was that? What did you make me say? I forget it already. Packer Jack, can you remind us?
Oh, you mean a couple shows ago?
Yeah.
The title in Jack's story that was Dildo Lube Boat.
Dildo Lube Boat. We cannot go a show without saying the words Dildo Lube Boat. You think I could remember it, but
I'm surprised you forgot it.
No.
All right. That's the episode of You Don't Know Jack. Now I can go right over to the World Series of Fenn photos. And I don't know if you want to send Ben a link and see if we can get him on here. If you want to send him the Zoom link.
Yeah.
I know he was going to take a break after being on for 37 hours straight. So
that is. Yeah.
I'm going to escape out from this.
I'm just going to sneak over.
And I'm going to do a screen share again and grab the photos if I can.
There they are. I was looking for Ben's.
Yeah, so this was an unbelievable time. I was really glad that I made the decision on Tuesday to get some tickets and get out to World Series of Fenn. I got in late, so I missed the fun on Fremont Street and some of the debauchery, I guess, that happened on Fremont Street. But this was a great shot of the group. Right before we were getting ready to play poker, we took this pic, and that's the poker room at Bally's behind us. And you can see most of the group there. I think a couple of people had run up to their rooms real quick. I know Jana did, so she's not in it, but just a great time, and great for me, it's almost like going to your freshman year of college and you meet all these people. Some of them you know their online name, but you don't know their real name. Some of them you've talked to a lot, but you've never actually shook hands with them. So it was cool. And of course, I put this first because, the hosts and Mike and Christy did such an amazing job of getting it organized and making it fun for everybody. And I don't think people know how much work goes into something like that, trying to make sure everybody has a good time, and you're dealing with people coming in from different places, different socioeconomic backgrounds. You're trying to make it affordable and fun for everybody.
Yep.
And they were really had a great deal of empathy for everybody, and they had a lot of fun too. So, but I'm sure they were both really worn out after.
I heard Mike drank for the first time in like a long time, to the point of, I don't know, maybe you weren't there yet, Packer Jack, but from what I've heard is he had a good time, and he may not remember it all.
No, he did have a good time on Fremont Street, but I can tell you this, he rallied, and because I got in late, the only time I was able to see them was up at their suite, and he came out and played poker and rallied. And so I give him a lot of credit that he went big and hard on Fremont Street, but also reeled it back in and was there to say hello to everybody and have a good time with everybody on Friday night still. And I appreciated it because I've been waiting a long time to meet those guys and shake their hands. And K-Pro came up and gave me a big hug, like she knew me her whole life when I walked in the room, but she was concerned about Mike too. And he just needed a couple minutes to chill out. And all of a sudden he came out and he was playing poker and having a great time. So he was great.
I don't see Ben in the room, but Ben, and you're in the room, I sent a link to Ashley's Facebook. So
this was the big prize that I think everybody knew about, but I think Ben took this when he got back home. And this is the flies and lures from that Shiloh sent. I think there's 40 of them. There's some accoutrements. There's 10 feet of fishing line. And then there's a handwritten note from Shiloh. There's Shiloh and Forrest's official stickers on the back of it that they use now for Provenance. And just an incredible gift from Shiloh to donate. Literally done by Marvin Fenn, his grandfather, his great grandfather, Forrest, his grandfather, and then by Shiloh. So pretty darn cool for Ben to have that collection. And I've talked to Ben a couple times. We hung out on Sunday, and he just said the only thing he potentially wants to do is get one out of there that he knows isn't going to disintegrate or would be worth losing, and actually fish with it on the Madison and then put it back in there. So that would be pretty cool if he actually gets an opportunity to do that. And Shiloh did say in his letter, hope you catch a whopper with it. So I think Shiloh was all in favor of, somebody potentially fishing with some of these and having a good time with them. So hopefully Ben will join us. If not, congratulations to Ben. It was cool playing with him. I sat with him twice during the tournament, and we had a hoot. We just really had a great time.
MS wants to know, Packer Jack, how many outfits did you bring?
I had quite a few, only because I had to bring that bottle that you see on this next slide. It was that Jim Beam 100-year Yellowstone bottle, and I had to wrap it up pretty hard and bring one of my big suitcases, and I had one free bag to check. So I loaded a bunch of stuff in there and figured I'd have a good time. I obviously wanted to bring the Germany jersey and the Alpina hat for Jens. And celebrate that with him, and just had a great time. And then that t-shirt that you see on the table is the one that I'm wearing right now. That's what I picked. You see Dan's beautiful map. They boxed it back up so that it was ready to go when Christy and Czar took it. obviously the flies are on there, and there's actually a bar of silver that Shannon Odiasol took in second place. And again, kudos to K-Pro and Mike for getting that organized, and all the people like you, Dan, that donated stuff. It was just really cool to have a celebration like that. Not only have fun with the poker tournament, but have people bring some really neat prizes. And yours was, I think, any given year where there wouldn't have been a bar of silver or flies from Marvin and Forrest Fenn, yours would have been the first to go. But
I mean, I called Ben today and I talked to him. I'm like, if you would have grabbed that map frame over those flies, I would have personally slapped you. I'm like, I got the last 2 years, I got first pick on my prize, and I was after that again. But when I heard about what was coming, I went, oh yeah, I unless I donate the actual treasure chest, it ain't getting. Now what's happening here? This is
not Ben proposing to Cynthia. This was Ben apologizing to Cynthia. He wanted to do it in person. He's apologized to her over the phone and online, but he said in the past, there's been some potential hard feelings, and they were awesome. Cynthia was awesome. I enjoyed meeting her so much, and she's a Packers fan, and we talked about a lot of stuff, and she was just so engaging and wonderful to talk to, and it was great. But this was funny. Here's the blonde bombers, Davio and Cynthia, comparing their hair together, and Davio is exactly what you said he would be, Dan. He is just the nicest, bombastic.
Yep.
He can be bombastic and the next second just totally chilled out and just so much fun.
He is a hoot. He can be my roommate anytime. Hey guys, in chat, if anybody has questions, just put the @ in front of the Copper Factory. I'm kind of watching chat while Packer Jack here narrates the isn't that special? That's a nice picture.
Yeah, I was so tired. I had a big flight mishap, so it took me 6 hours to get out there. I was supposed to get out there at 5:10, and I didn't get out there till 10. So I was shot, but Shannon came up and grabbed me as soon as I got there and went live and made me feel welcome. And it was great to meet her for the first time since we've had a lot of laughs together online. And, she was awesome. And Dark and Molly's from Madison, Wisconsin. So that's only about 90 minutes from me. So it was really cool to meet her. And I'd never really known who she was or in the chat or anything. So to have someone from Wisconsin there for me was pretty cool.
Yep.
And it was also cool to be with a Vikings fan. And that's Jana. And we had a ton of fun, a lot of hugs. Brad was there with her. He made it out. He was wearing his Vikings jersey, but it was just cool to be with her. And after talking to her so much, knowing that she won the Trolls cash, and
she was one of four.
Yeah. And
she was the one who dug it out of the ground.
She's a shark. Spot. She's a card shark too. So
yes, I played cards with her many times, and you respect her.
The only thing I can tell you is she, K-Pro, Molly, they all left the table while I was still there. So we turned it, I think, into a boys only table at the end there. And this is after you knock out, you take a picture with K-Pro. So this is right after I got knocked out. But it was great that she was keeping track of when people were getting knocked out and what place of prize they would get. There's Ben. He wanted to do the World Series of Poker type of picture, and I decided to photobomb him with my German Alpina hat right behind him. So
that is priceless.
So he gave me a 10 out of 10 on the photobomb. And Dark and I both had velvet jackets. Mine's a little dark. You can't see it. It was brown with black stripes, but Greg had the kind of emerald velvet jacket. So we were doing like the Saturday Night Live guys bouncing our heads sideways together while we were walking around. This was at karaoke. You can see we had the corner table with the bottle service, Billy Shaw Jr., myself, Greg, and Ben. We had Shannon and Ashley and Molly on the other side. And I don't know if it seemed like after we were there for about an hour, there was like nitrous oxide in the air because we could not stop laughing. And we were dancing, indie dancing. And again, I can honestly say everybody who performed was literally like, it was amazing. There was nobody we were like kind of cringing at when they sang. Everybody was really, really great. And that was me up doing my Fenn version of New York, New York. This was the next morning.
That was outstanding, by the way. That was.
Oh, thanks.
I think you kind of stole the show.
Billy Shaw and I had a couple of those where you can't stop laughing. and we're standing up, and it's like in between a song where we're dancing, and you're just looking at someone's face, and their smile is so big, and you're just laughing, and you can't stop laughing, and there's no words coming out. It's just laughter. And he just said that was the best night of his life. So it was cool to have him say that.
Now that's a Bloody Mary. Is that
so? That's the colossal $49 Bloody Mary. We each had one, and it comes with like a crab leg.
I would say a crab
shrimp.
leg.
I think it's over 40 ounces, and I finished mine. And so we were with Ben, Ashley, Jens, Rudy. Jens' wife was sitting next to me, and it was just a gorgeous brunch on Sunday. So, you know, after partying all night on
look at Jens. He's got such a stern look on his face with his arms crossed.
Yeah, I think he was listening to Ben at the time, but we had a lot of laughs and a great time. So that's a ton of more pictures that Mike did a video on in K-Pro. And, you know, I'm so glad that I went. You know, I was questioning whether I was going to go up until the last week. And, you know, I would certainly say if it's going on again next year and you have an opportunity to get out there, just everyone was so welcoming. You know, I'm a pretty social guy, so I don't have a problem with that, but it's still weird when you're going to someplace by yourself and you don't know a lot of people. So, you know, and I was hoping Dan would be there, but I just, you know, everybody was so welcoming and I felt right at home. And
the first time I met everyone was at the Blue Corn in Santa Fe. I flew out there. I was only in the Chase a couple of months, and I walked up those steps and I walked in, and there was a group of about 10 searchers, many of them that you met this weekend, and what you just said, that's what it was like.
Yeah,
I went there knowing nobody and left with 25 great friends.
Yeah, and it's just so cool. Like I met Eleanor, and you know, the names go on and on and on. Now when I see names in the chat, you know, people are like, oh, I'm Nemo, and I'm, you know, Sam, and you know, so you know, to meet everybody and get to know them. And there's still people I you know, you can't meet everybody when there's a group like that and you're going out to eat with certain people and doing certain things. So I feel bad that I didn't get a chance to meet everybody, but it's kind of like your first 2 days at college where you're not going to always remember everybody's name. And then you know, go to school there for a semester and you become friends with everybody. But that's what it felt like. It felt like I was going to a party weekend before college starts, and it had that vibe and that feel, and everybody was just so cool. There wasn't any negativity that I experienced the whole time I was there. And I can't wait to do it again if people do it again and get you out there again, Dan. And now there's talk of maybe doing, I think Luli's trying to organize function in the Junction. I made a reservation out at the Dude. And if I'm going to go out there this summer, and Jens is going to be out there again. And
oh boy.
Ben wants to go fishing.
Uh-oh, he's right. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen.
No time for losers, because he is the champion of the world.
What's up, guys?
How are you, brother?
Mr. Ben Napple.
We just showed the picture. We just showed the picture of you.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
With the best photo bomb ever.
Yep. So how you doing? We know you've been on. What'd you do? 4 hours today?
6. A little too much. We got a little carried away today. Ashley's like, okay, you ready to grill now? I was like, yep, time to grill.
Well, we just wanted to have you on for a couple minutes just to say congratulations. I want to let you know how personally it was awesome to hang out with you and Ashley, and what a great time I had with you guys.
God, we enjoyed you. Yeah, you were awesome, dude.
And I know it was the magic of your poker chip that was your card holder that got it done.
It really was. It really was. I'm afraid it's in a safe place right now. Anytime I'm ever playing poker again, it's coming with me.
So talk about, I know you probably talked about it to death today, but just, you know, obviously you're talking about never selling the flies, but you talked about maybe doing some fishing on the Madison. Is that still the plan? Yeah,
that's the plan. I had first invited Alan, and I was like, okay, 2 people in the Madison, that should be fine. And then I was starting to think about it, and I was like, everybody should at least watch if they want to, because it's just gonna be a party for this week in Yellowstone. And then I was thinking about it more and more. I was like, well, you and Copper Dan are giving me an experience of a lifetime. You know, sometimes shit doesn't pan out, but you never know. But I was like, might as well. Why not have a couple of Muppets come down and teach me how to fish a little bit, if it can't be Shiloh, and have you and Copper Dan come down and fish with us.
And Copper Dan is so talented, he could noodle a brown trout out of there with his arm.
Well, then I have lots to learn, hopefully, from the both of you. But I think that would be fun, unless, of course, Shiloh's like, "No, guys, what are you doing? Don't fish with any of this." I was just kidding. Like, okay, all right,
Right. That's the only thing is like you do it and you lose it or you destroy it or something. But at the end of
right.
the day,
Like
he
if
said,
there's
I hope
one
you
where
catch a
he's like,
whopper.
and if he's one like, because it sounded like he wanted he wanted the winner to use the B to catch the whopper, and I'm like, wait, was that like from his hat though, or did he like hand make that and it was like used in a river runs through it? Like, I don't necessarily want to just use that one.
Let's be honest, it's the Madison River where it's catch and release. You could rub a hook with Spam and you're going to catch something there. So,
well, you never know. I've never caught a fish, so we'll see.
You've never caught a fish?
Never caught a fish.
Wow. Well, that'll be you'll love it, man. Yeah.
That's why I kind of want to catch my first fish with the Forrest Fenn fly.
That would be something, a story to tell.
Oh, I would love it. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you two with me and Alan. Everybody else gets to join and drink and have fun, but it'll be us four trying to catch something. Maybe we'll have a gentleman's bet for who catches what, biggest or most or whatever, however you fishermen do it.
Yeah, my only concern is I hope there isn't this mad rush of like 40 people crossing the Madison to get over 200 feet, like.
Yeah, no. Everyone's staying at the put inside, the start where you actually begin it all, and probably where the chest actually was, not even the other side. No one crosses but us fishermen.
Yeah, Jack was absolutely right. Everybody damaged where it was because they had like 50 people out there trampling through the dry creek.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
We proved them right, unfortunately.
Now the cool thing is you're going to have to tie that fly on with the hemostat that you got.
Sure. If I know how to do that, but sure, yeah. And I am going to use that hemostat. Exactly.
I'll help you with that.
All right, good. So what else are you guys doing on the show? I didn't catch the first 20. I had to set up food, but now
so we did. You don't know Jack. We did. Which is the game show. It's the Chase's #1 game show because it's the only game show in the Chase. And then I did the World Series of Fenn picks after Dan and I did our little welcoming stuff. And then I've got a PowerPoint presentation. I don't know if you want to stay on for it, but it's about coins and then some breaking news. So.
Well, I can't stay on for it because I'm going to be grilling. I'll get in the way of it, but I'm going to be watching. I'll be in chat for sure.
Yeah, just watch then. And I think you'll be surprised. Hey, did you ever set an account up on Heritage Auctions?
Maybe. No, I don't know.
Oh, you might be kicking yourself. You might be kicking yourself when you watch this presentation.
Oh, no.
Stay
All right,
tuned.
I'm going to be watching.
All right, Benny.
Anything else, guys? Are we pretty good?
No, just love to you and Ashley. Thanks again for what great weekend. Congratulations.
We just wanted to have a winner on our show.
Well, I'm happy to oblige for this year at least.
You bring up the curve, and we're follically challenged. So to have you on here with your full head of hair makes us look better.
Yeah, it's deceiving. I double check it every morning to make sure. We'll see.
Got to put that Topics powder in there.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, Ben.
You guys take it easy.
Coming on, man.
Peace.
No problem. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Oh.
All right. Let me see if I can find the next presentation. So Dan, let's talk about this morning. I called you and I was a little distressed, right? And I was like, hey, I got to tell you something about this thing tonight that you're unaware of. And so when I asked you if you thought it was breaking news, what did you say?
I said, heck yeah, it's going to be 5 exclamation point breaking news. This is I wish I had a little bit of money laying around.
So what I wanted to do, because people have asked a couple of times, is just talk about, what a certified coin is and what that means. You typically see them in this case, and I've got a couple slides on this, and then some examples of Fenn coins that have sold in the past. And then when I was researching that yesterday, I stumbled into something that freaked me out. I think it's breaking news. I'll let you guys decide if you think it is. So here's a picture of a coin that's cased. It's a $20 St. Gaudens. It's a pre-1933. So it's a 1924. And you see at the top where it says date and mint mark. So 1924/D. D always stands for the Denver Mint. So when you see a letter there, it's based on what mint in the United States minted it. It has the $20 mark across for it. And in the middle, it'll either have a PCGS or an NGS. And that's the companies that actually do the certification. So auction houses can still do certification, but the persons that work for the auction house have to be certified by PCGS or NGC where they have to be sent in there, or the people travel around, they visit the auction houses and they come in and they do the certification. And then that line in that barcode that you see, so there's a grading certificate. So there's a number there above the coin, and then there's a barcode. And so that barcode can be scanned right away to make sure of the legitimacy and to compare, if someone ever breaks a case like that open and tries to put in a lesser coin, so on and so forth, they are damaged, they're cracked where you can tell that they've been opened. And so they're securely sealed in what they call a slab. So they call that a slab is the slang. And then it'll have the insignia certification in the lower corner of PCGS or NGC. So this is what a certified coin looks like. And you see it says PCGS MS63. MS stands for mint state. Typically high-end coins are obviously always going to be mint state. And I'll explain that in a second. But what it means is it's never been circulated. It has the appearance of being a mint coin that's never been circulated. It might still have a nick on it. It might have some weird things that happen with the way that it was minted. But it's going to be considered basically uncirculated is what mint state stands for. This is
now a question for you.
Yeah.
On the mint state, 70 would be the highest.
That's correct. So mint state 70, and that's why I put this next slide up. And if you go all the way to the right, you'll see mint state uncirculated. The highest rating that you can have for a coin is mint state. That basically means that it was gloved at the mint or soon after by someone who it was delivered to and placed in a case and graded 70 at that time. There's certain things that will immediately take a coin down. If there's oil from a fingerprint, it automatically knocks the score down. So that's a sign of circulation, and that'll turn it into an AU. So you can kind of see as you look at this quarter going from right back to left, mint state, about uncirculated, extremely fine, very fine. Now think about a treasure chest with coins rubbing up against each other, not in cases, put in there for a treasure. It's going to be very rare that those coins, unless they're slabbed in Forrest Fenn's treasure chest, are going to be mint state, right?
I think some of them were.
I remember seeing at least one slab in there. So yeah, I think you're right. But I mean, for the most part, all those stacks of gold coins, when you're looking at pure numismatic value, you're going to see coins that are more into the extremely fine and about uncirculated, maybe even very fine range than mint state if they have not been slabbed. And that has a really huge differentiation in what the value of the coin is. You could have that gold coin that I showed before on mint state 70, it could be worth $20,000 or $30,000 or more, upwards to $100,000. And it could be worth gold melt if it's in the extremely fine rate, where all of a sudden you're seeing a coin that's $1,800 because it's still solid gold, but it has no numismatic value to it because it's basically been ruined. So this is just another from poorest to best. Again, just a chart so you can kind of see how they're graded. Basil is basically like when you see pirate treasure and the things have been completely rubbed off by the ocean, or you can maybe only see part of a coin, or it's been completely misshapen into poor, fair, about good, good, very good, fine, and then almost uncirculated in mint state. So this is just an example of a Fenn coin that was sold, and I've got you and I on my screen, so I'm going to move us real quick. 2016, it's only mint state 61, so it's sold for $1,468.75. And it's in 1902. So just an example. Then you could have one that Forrest sold on January 5th, 2017. It's a $2.50 gold coin. It's a mint state 68 from 1857, and it sold for $82,250.
Now, just to back things up here, are you telling me that Forrest Fenn has been selling coins on Heritage Auction since
the Fenn family has been selling coins on Heritage Auctions, I think, since the time that the Chase was created. Yeah, absolutely. Potentially before that. And so you can go back and look at the 92 transactions that Forrest did. And in fact, why don't we do that? I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go to the Heritage website. So let me get out of this. I'm trying to escape. End of show, click. There we go. I'm going to go to Heritage Auctions, and I'm gonna, let me zoom this in a little bit before I share again, Dan. And I'm gonna get you back so I can share. I'm going to share screen. Let me know if you can see the Heritage website.
You're good to go.
I'm just gonna refresh it so you guys can see that I'm live. And here's what I'm gonna do. Now I don't know why that didn't center. There we go. I'm gonna just type in Fenn family here. Hit enter. So this can be confusing because boxes pop up and everything, and then you scroll down and you only see one result for November 2016. But what you do then is if you go back up and under where I typed in Fenn family and above the black rectangle, you see 0 items available, past sold prices 92 sold items, and you click on that. Now you actually get a list of all the coins that Fenn, and there's actually one, I don't know if it's a little girl's Indian dress that's for sale potentially right now or not, but I'll show you that. So I just let the cat out of the bag. I've gone through this multiple times. In fact, I did a PowerPoint on this. I'm used to from when I'd go on Heritage and I look for Packer stuff that has sold in the past, the buyers have an option to say, make an offer to me. When I went through the Forrest Fenn Coins multiple times from last fall until now, there were no making offers. There are now making offers on some of these coins. And that's why I said this is breaking news. These are not obviously coins from the Forrest Fenn treasure chest, but if you potentially wanted to have a coin that was from the Forrest Fenn family, and I'll show you that it has the provenance, these have the provenance along with it. Some of these you can actually make an offer, and you start to see this box, these boxes come up right here. Make an offer to owner for $925 or more. This is a 1981 Silver Morgan Deep Mirror, Mint State 65, and DPL is proof-like, deep proof-like. It's sold February 10th, 2013 for $688. And down here you can see, if you can't see this, it says from the Fenn family collection with the registry value, which means if you buy this through Heritage, it's going to come with the provenance that this is from the Fenn family. Now, $925 on a coin that was bought in 2013 may seem like a pretty heavy markup. And in this case, it actually is, because they actually give you comparatives of what the market's worth. And you have something that sold June 9th, 2021 for $552 at a grade of 65. But Dan and I were looking this up today because I was freaking him out with this. A deep mirror like this usually can sell around $850. So if you're going to go on Heritage and make an offer to this owner right now for $925 and they accept it, you're probably paying about a $75, maybe to a $200 premium if they accept it. Now I may be creating a firestorm tonight where a bunch of you start making owners to offers and then they turn it into a bidding situation. But I thought it would be breaking news for you all to know that there actually are some Fenn family coins, just because I know a lot of people went nuts over the San Lazaro auction and wanted things from Forrest and his family. That
Now this just happens to,
yeah, go ahead, Dan.
this just happens to be the most affordable coin for sale. I gave it some thought, and I just decided against it. But someone else in here may have $1,000 laying around that here's a chance to own a coin that was once owned by the Fenn family.
Just so you know, these make offer to owner numbers are usually 50% higher what they paid. So it's kind of if somebody has FU money that the buyer will sell it to you. If I pull up this little box, it says the amount was not set by the owner does not indicate that they will accept the offer. The minimum offer amount, unless overridden by the owner, is set to the purchase price of 50%, minimum of $300. So here's a coin that was bought for $4,000. It's for sale for $6,000. Again, you'd be paying a tremendous premium. You can't see this on your phone, but if you want to click on any of these, you can go down and see what relative similar coins have sold for. January 31st, 2022, grade of a 67 is somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000, and this person is asking $6,000 for it. So again, you have to be smart as you look at these. There was one though, and some of these are insanely expensive. Here's a quarter eagle, $2.50 for $25,000. Here's one for $77,000, $12,000, $18,000, $33,000, 56,000, 25,000. But here's the one that tripped my trigger. And I think there might be one person out there tonight who sees this and may want to take a stab at this, because I actually think this is priced really well. This is a 1925 $20 World War II Exile Horde Mint State 66 St. Gaudens. And if you go down and read the description, it says, this premium gem displays attractive color and luster. A small strike through as made appears at the top of Liberty's head. Only 19 examples have been awarded a higher numeric grade by NGC. So there's only 19 coins of this 1925 $20 coin that have a higher value than this one. And here again, you see from the Fenn family collection that may be too small for you to see. So now let's take a look at other values. One sold February 25th, 2021 for 3,700, 33,600. Here's one for 2,000, but it's not a World War II Exile. So you have to be very careful if you only go off of the grade. And I actually think that, you know, looking at the fact that somebody bought this in 2013 for 28.20, and it's a Forrest Fenn gold coin, Mint State 66, 33.84 ain't bad. I don't think you're going to lose money on that if you ever sell it. And again, you're going to have the provenance that comes along with it, that it's from the Fenn family collection. So just going back to take a look at some of the other stuff that's on here. Again, the prices get wacky with some of these greater coins, 25,000. Here's another one that's a little bit more than the one I just showed, 39,000 or 3,900.
DB Cooper just said this is going to be a very expensive live for me.
Yeah.
So sorry, guys.
And then you have to make sure when it says Fenn that it's actually Fenn, because now we're done with the coins and we get into like George Manville Fenn. So don't think everything, if you do a search for Fenn family, is Fenn. However, I thought this is cool. A Sioux Girls wool dress. It's sold for $875 on May 16th, 2014. You can make an offer to the owner for $1,312. And it says right here,
it's from his gallery.
Reportedly made for Lucy Yellowhawk Wilson by her aunt Lucy Two Lances. Wilson was the daughter of Fred Yellowhawk Wilson and the granddaughter of Bears Lariat. The dress was obtained from Emil Curtis's family of Clinton, Oklahoma by Paul Armstrong and sold to Forrest Fenn, purchased by the current owner from the Forrest Fenn Galleries in Santa Fe in 1981. So how about this hanging in your house for $1,312 and you can make an offer to owner. Now that doesn't mean that that owner is going to accept it, but the fact that it's green might mean that you have a pretty good chance of getting that. So I don't know how you guys feel out there. I thought this was breaking news to say there's obviously something going on at Heritage Auctions where all of a sudden things that didn't have make offers to owner for Forrest Fenn stuff now has. It maybe tells you there's something going on in the marketplace there, or maybe Heritage has been contacting people that own Forrest Fenn things and saying, hey, there may be some juice coming along to this stuff and you may want to consider selling or relisting. Total speculation on my point, but with everything we've heard from Cynthia and K-Pro and others about Heritage Auctions, the fact that these little boxes are now coming off saying making an offer to owner, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to have you know, a Sioux Girls wool dress that was owned by Forrest Fenn and sold at his gallery, or that gold coin. Or maybe even you want to pay a $200 to $300 to $400 premium on that silver coin because it's under $1,000 and that's all you can afford. But this has been a public service announcement by Packer Jack with breaking news that there are now make offers to owner on Forrest Fenn related material on Heritage Auctions. Do with this information as you see fit. Copper Dan and I accept no liability, and we are simply passing along the information to you. May God bless you, and may God have mercy on your soul. What do you think, Dan?
I really, really appreciate you sharing that with us. Yeah, that's pretty, you know, there's a couple of coins in there that are affordable to the average Joe. And then there are some coins in there that are get your big boy checkbook out. But like that, you know, that silver coin, I actually gave it a thought today. And I just decided, you know, I've got some cool Forrest memorabilia and I'm going to stick with that and save my money. And but I think there's some people in here that make an offer and let us know, you know, if you acquire one, and you're comfortable sharing, let us know.
So I'm thinking you should send the link to Indy and get her on here. She was a little upset that we didn't let her know we weren't going to be on last night because she decided not to go on because of us. So I think you got to let her come on and give us a hard time. I don't know if you can send her the Zoom link.
Oh, I don't know if I want her to come on and give me a hard time.
Oh, there we go. We're setting up the next conflict.
Oh, Andy. It was my fault we didn't go. So I got back from Florida, and by the time I landed in Minneapolis and I drove home, I got home at like 7:00. And no, it was after like 7:15. And I thought, well, we could go at 8:00, we could go at 9:00. I'm tired. I had what I call show leg. And just after traveling in the show, I was just tired. And I said, you know what? If it's okay with Ben and Ashley, if we're not stepping on their toes, we'll go live tomorrow. And here we are. So I'm sorry. Don't hate me. It's my fault.
Yeah, I could have given this information to people yesterday, Dan. It is your fault.
Well, you did actually, but I think it was kind of late when you gave it. But
yeah, so what do we got
with-
coming up? We haven't done maybe with that weekend happy hour was great. I don't know if we have to have a World Series of Fenn after party this weekend. We can do that. I don't know what you got going on Saturday night, but maybe we'll do the
you know what?
Forrest World Series of Fenn after party.
I should be free Saturday night, and we did a couple of weeks ago. We had happy hour here, and it turned into a lot of fun. So maybe we can do that again. Everybody grab their favorite beverage and come watch us.
So Ben dropped the bomb that we've got to follow through on our invitation for Drayton. So we got to talk this week because we got to figure out if we're going to do that and when we're going to do it this spring and what your schedule is like, because I know you got shows and everything too. So.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm up for that. I mean, late February into March, whenever. I just don't want to get down there too late.
No. Yeah, let's talk about it. I'll show you my schedule. I'll show you what we got. And
shoot me dates. Just shoot me an email with dates, and then we can get with Ben and figure out his dates and get that on the calendar and get flights and everything. Because I want to make sure we follow through on that, and then we've got to figure out what we're. If Yellowstone's a possibility this summer, if he's going to let us fish with him, with Marvin's lures.
Yeah, that would be my luck. I'll be the one that loses it, and I'll have to jump into the Madison.
So Alan was talking about how far would we chase one of those things, and I'm like all the way to Barnes Hole, man.
Yeah. So a couple people have reached out to me, oddly enough, at the same day, talking about illustrations. And I think there's a couple of pretty smart people out there that are really diving into the illustrations. And it's just kind of so happens that I happened to have all of the. I'm upside down here, guys. I'm sorry. And I just knocked my microphone over. Hope that didn't make too much noise.
You're gonna have to turn your background off, I think.
Oh, hang on. All right. Yeah, I can't show these if. Choose a virtual background.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking in.
There we go. All right. Thanks, partner.
Yep.
I happen to have the originals of all of the illustrations. So I think we're going to have to do a show on that.
Yeah, we were talking about just so many people have done great research over the years. There's stuff on Hint of Riches Thor going back, 10 years of people with the illustrations. And I think maybe Dan, you can take some photos of stuff. We can put a PowerPoint together. We can spend some time to get that together and do it the right way and go through that. I know there's a lot of people interested in those illustrations, and especially since I don't think it was a secret, but I don't think a lot of people knew. And I certainly didn't know, you had the one with the boy with the shirt with the stripes off of it, and then Forrest put the stripes on after. So I think just getting some confirmation that, Forrest did make changes to those illustrations was a
yeah, I've got some pretty interesting information with different I have like the same illustration. I have like 3 of them. They're all just subtly different in the world. Why was the one chosen and why, it's just kind of, if we want to go down this road, this is the kind of stuff that I think is absolutely fair game. And if I can help in any way with the information that I have, I'll do it.
Got to do what you got to do, man.
Where did I go? David Crump, I'm mortgaging Copper Dan's house to buy the dildo lube boat from Jack.
I don't know.
Well,
the Copper Princess would have to sign off on that. She owns 50% of that house. So
yeah.
So she just spent a lot of money on a well pump. So
oh, good Lord. Yeah. You want to know why I didn't buy a coin today? Ask my
tell him why.
So I found out it costs $16,000 in my town to put a well pump in. Yeah. And then I found out that someone else in the northern part of my state put a whole well in for $6,000. What are you going to do?
Well, when you want yours to be made of copper, it's a little more expensive.
Oh, I thought it was the gold liner that I put in it.
Pewter.
So
we got a big weekend coming up. We got the Super Bowl on Sunday, so maybe the cocktail can be a Super Bowl Saturday, Fenn Super Bowl Saturday party, and then I've got my elegant lady here as a Bengals fan, so she's all jacked up about that.
Oh boy,
I'm bummed out. I bought her. She has jerseys, but I bought her a shirt. I thought I was going to get her Tuesday, and I got a thing delayed until February 28th. I'm like, what's the purpose of that? It's like 3 weeks after the Super Bowl's over. But yep. So looking forward to that, and and just getting the Gary Drayton thing. I don't think Ben did Oak Island. Wasn't a disappointing show yesterday, but they didn't get to actually getting the casing in the ground, and so they are going to actually be pulling stuff out of the ground at the Money Pit next week through.
So how far into the season? How far into the season are we with Oak Island?
Oh, it's coming to an end. I mean, this is
coming to an end. Well, then, the next couple of episodes will be huge because that's just how that works. You gotta,
I mean, they're literally going to be pulling, and they showed a preview for next week where they show this giant, scoop goes down into that 10-foot casing and pulls up, and it comes out with these giant timbers. And so they're definitely on the tunnels and
Hooli, Packer Jack asked me the same thing. How deep is a well? And I went, no, apparently 9 miles. Oh, funny.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just kind of like scanning chat here to see if you guys got any questions. What are we talking about?
So the one thing we didn't talk about was what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I know you talked to Dark today, so we're just hoping that all the stuff that happened on Fremont Street stays off the air.
And for the right money or coin, I'll keep my mouth shut. Otherwise, I know what the next show is going to be on. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I know Christy's going to do a show Thursday night. I'm thinking Indy's going to go live sometime since we totally screwed her out of yesterday. Or actually, you did. Now that you've taken responsibility for it, I have no liability.
Thanks. They just backed the bus over me, back and forth. Thank you.
Right? Why not? Beep, 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 right into the well. And then we may do the Saturday. Happy hour show pre-Super Bowl. After World Series of Fenn, Super Bowl cocktail hour.
If you think we're fun, now wait till we have about 7 or 8 drinks in us. And we're really boring. Anyways, well, we're trying to milk an hour out of this, but we don't have to
milk an hour.
I don't think we have to milk an hour. I think we've kind of said what we need to say. We've been an outstanding show. We've learned all about coins, and we'll have to keep an eye on those. And if they don't say make an offer anymore coming up in the next day or two here, that means somebody probably bought one.
Somebody plucked them. I think that $3,380 gold coin. That's a pretty good. You're not gonna lose money on that deal. You're gonna have a gold St. Gaudens that was owned by Forrest Fenn with the provenance. That's pretty cool.
Even the silver coin, it is a little bit of a stretch.
I'm sure it's already gone. I'm sure 3 people got off here, set up their accounts, and already made offers, Dan. So you're just SOL.
Oh no, I'm okay with it. I thought about it long and hard today. I'm like, wasn't once Packer Jack announces this, it ain't gonna be there. So, and that I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and I get, you and I were talking about, are we just more romantic that we want to wait for the treasure stuff to come up? And it's a very interesting gamble that Jack's making if those coins aren't graded very high, but he's expecting to get, a Fenn value off of them. I think there's a Fenn value, but I think there's also the reality of if it's a, heavily circulated, being in a wet box for 10 years, rubbing up against other coins, or the fact that it was never cased, are those going to go more for $2,000 or $3,000 than the $20,000 ones?
I mean, I don't think there's that many of us in here that can be throwing money at $20,000 coins. There probably is a lot more of us that could do the 2,000 to 3,000, but I mean, there's not that many. If Jack's going about it the wrong way, if that's all he gets for him. So
no, and I think he's probably pragmatic enough to know everything we just said, because he's a smart guy. And it's like, yeah, some of those coins are going to bring somewhere between melt and numismatic value, but the dragon bracelet, the chest, the olive jar, the things that are, more Fenn related that people in the search community would want to have. And there's a lot of other stuff in there that's, the pre-Columbian frog. I mean, there's stuff in there that other collectors and Fenn high rollers are going to get that up to probably close to what Jack is expecting. He's not a dumb guy. So, that $2 million mark may not be wrong. Be interested to see what someone pays for that actual chest. If the true real value of it is $35,000 to $50,000, I can see someone paying $250,000 for it to say I have the Forrest Fenn chest.
I think what we just need to do is get Jack on the show and let us know. Just tell us how it is. So
yeah, you can
Jack, I'm putting it out right now, buddy. You are welcome to come on.
There's only one person that can do that and get him on here, and it's you. Do you know why? Because you know Jack.
I know Jack. Yeah. Hey, we almost forgot to do something. We have to do a drawing. So let me jump over here. I got to pull up. I believe we did this on last week's show.
This is an exact coin that I gave one to Jens and I gave one to Ben, and Ben used this as his card marker to win the World Series of Fenn.
All right.
I also gave him I came down, I'd gone back to my room and made a vodka tonic and came back down, and he was parched and didn't have a drink. And I'm like, you want my vodka tonic? And he goes, yes. So they called it the Magic Vodka Tonic from Packer Jack. It was this and the Magic Vodka Tonic that won it for him.
Oh, what am I looking for here?
You're looking for comment picker.
Thank you. Comment picker. And that's all right. There we go. So I'm going to screen share. All right, here we are. And in this box here, this was last week's show, and we'll filter duplicate users. And let's see how many people commented.
I don't think there were that many.
Kidding me? A whole 4 people.
Yeah, I don't think there were that many people. Are you sure you picked the right video?
I went with last week's video. I went with, I don't know if it shows it up there, but anyways. Well, we're going to go with it. What do you do? Guys, we're giving away cool stuff here.
We're giving stuff away every week. So
every week. So just when we're done, comment, put anything. Put Packer Jack sucks if you want. I mean, I'll let it stay.
We almost bought that silver coin just to give it away.
All right, start raffle for the random picker. And the winner is Candy Putman.
So Candy's got to get her address to URI and Facebook Messenger.
I actually have it because this is not the first time she's won something from this channel. Right. Congratulations, Candy.
Whoop, whoop.
Because that's what we do. That's what we're all about here, putting smiles on people's faces.
We are like Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island. Smiles, everyone smiles. All right, man, it's 9:00, 1 hour. Boom.
We did it.
Clockwork. It's like the best class you ever go to. It starts on time, it ends on time, and it's full of great content. And there's no homework.
All right, guys. I don't see anything pressing in chat, so we're going to call it. That was the wrong video, Dan. Devil Bed says that's the wrong video.
Yep. Well, maybe we can pick the right video then, and we'll send Candy a bar of gold instead.
Devil Bud, what video am I supposed to be using? Because unless that was from, what did you say that? Did you do that when we went?
I don't think it was the last show. I think it was a show from the show before that. And there's actually comments in there. There's actually comments in there where people say, I want to win that coin, that chip.
Was it when we did the Just Relax? The jazz? Because that was the video.
Maybe.
It had, or was it your Ben Talk and PowerPoint by PJ?
Maybe Devil Bud can let you know it's video, and then we'll do it again next week.
Yeah, you know what, Candy, you're still going to win something. We'll do this again. I kind of feel bad because Devil Bud stayed up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning where he is.
Yeah, he said it was the Just Relax video.
All right, we'll do this again just for you guys because I love you.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right,
Dan, watch this. I was in Vegas. I learned magic. Watch this.
Wow, that is dun da da.
David Copperfield.
Copperfield. All right, here we go again. Except this time we're going to put the correct video in. Filter. Well, we went up to 15.
Man, we are just rolling.
We went up to 15. All right, so let's.
I feel like we're millionaires on TikTok with 15.
JK Pioneer. Oh, I'm sorry, Devil Bud. Devil Bud got 2 chances at it and didn't win, but I hope you had a good time anyways. JK
gave everyone a silver coin at World Series of Fun, so it's poetic justice that he gets one of these coming his way.
You know, he is the silver coin guy. I got a silver coin from him when I met him at the Fenn finale. So,
and he gave the bar that Shannon won in second place.
Yeah, he is a
silver bar.
He is a generous, very generous, good guy.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope the heritage thing, the coin thing helps. Thanks to everybody who's at World Series of Fenn. That made me feel wonderful. I had such a great time. And thanks, Dan, and look forward to possibly doing Saturday night. And if not, we'll work out with Candy when we're not doing a battle royal to see who's going on when.
Sounds good, guys. I will we'll talk to everybody later. Good night.
See you, everybody. Good night.
Mm-hmm.